Hey there, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the 704 High School Highlight Podcast. My name is Jeff Taylor, Sports Director with Bahakel Sports, and I have two very special guests today. I have Amin over here, Aiden from over here. They are with the Charlotte Independents. Guys, first of all, thank you for your time this morning. Greatly appreciate it. Let's start with you, Amin. Just tell us a little bit about yourself, maybe where you're from, from here or whatever. Just talk to us a little bit about your soccer journey and of course, where you went to high school. Both guys are still in high school, by the way, so...
Yeah, so obviously I go to high school at East Mac. I'm very familiar with East Charlotte. I live in South Charlotte, so I initially went to Providence High School. And then around my junior year, I transferred to East Mac. Very familiar with the Charlotte area. I love the Charlotte area. A lot of things to do. Very nice. And that's about it for me.
Cool. Eight?
Me, yeah. So I grew up in Denver, North Carolina. So I went to East Lincoln High School. I went to East Middle, and then I went to Catawba Springs. So I've been in Denver all my life. And yeah, my parents are born in Australia, so I've also been there. But yeah, I've been playing soccer. I played East Lincoln for 2 years, and then I've been playing with Charlotte, and it's basically my whole life when it merged.
Cool. So, what got you into soccer? What was it? Was it just the one sport you've always loved? Have you played other sports? Is it just what is it about soccer?
So when I was a kid, my parents actually introduced it to me when I was probably 4 or 5, and I've been playing since all my life. But in middle school, I was doing track, 'cause my dad was a big runner when he was growing up. I think he ran in college and stuff, so I was a big runner and big soccer player. And then I started playing soccer player full time after middle school. When I was in high school, I started playing soccer full time, and that's how.
Cool. How about you, Amin?
Me, I've been playing soccer since I was 2. My mom always told me, I used to kick the ball and I used to make this sound. I'll be like, but I've always been playing soccer. It's in my family. My dad played it. My cousins, my uncles, everyone, we all played it. So I've always been familiar with soccer. But as far as other sports, I used to play basketball growing up. A lot of the times, go to the park, play with your friends, go to the local YMCA, you go play there, back in middle school, things like that. But yeah, soccer and basketball, 2 favorite sports.
So when we think about soccer, I'm 55, and when I kind of grew up, soccer was pretty popular, and then it maybe took a little bit of a dive, and now it seems to have really come back. Talk about your high school soccer experience in terms of the excitement. It seems to me that the fan base, the students and the teachers and the schools, seem to support it pretty well.
Yeah, no, soccer definitely is on the uprise. It's on the upcoming. It's getting more popular. I think, especially in the U.S., with the amount of talent we have, I think there's a lot of young soccer players who are starting to get more exposure and starting to really be able to express themselves. And I feel like that's what's drawing attention as far as fan base. So there's a lot of talented high school kids, and when they play their soccer games, they're gonna get fans. They're gonna have people watching. So
I feel the high school environment is awesome. When I played high school soccer, I would be so stoked to play in front of all the fans. The environment was great. I love playing it. And I also think the World Cup has really boosted soccer in general in America. So yeah.
Cool. So let's talk a little bit about your experience with the Charlotte Independents. What has that been like for you guys? I'll actually go back over here first, Aiden. What has that been like being a part of that organization and the opportunities that they've given you?
Yeah, it was great. When I first joined, we weren't the greatest, but every year we've gotten better and better. And I feel now we have a chance. If we keep playing good, we can go to the championship. So I feel Charlotte Independence has given me multiple opportunities playing in front of big crowds like ECNL. They give me so many opportunities to play here with Charlotte Independence, the pro team.
Yep.
Yeah, no, for me, Academy's always been great. Coach staff's always been great. Really developed me over my career, led me to where I am right now. And as far as with the pro team, just trying to learn from the vets, the older guys, trying to follow their routines, and just go hard every day in training, trying to get some minutes. Yeah.
So let's explain to the folks out there exactly what you do with the Independents. Is it the actual team? Is it a learning part of it? Is it more like a minor league deal? How are you guys involved with the Independents?
So basically, we're on an academy contract. So it's a contract that keeps our college eligibility. So basically, if we're getting paid, I would take away college eligibility, which would not allow us to play college or pursue college. So that's the kind of contracts we're on. And as far as training, playing, we're just like any other player as far as within the squad. Training-wise, we still get our reps in, and we're in the 18 sometimes, so that's how it is for us.
So being a part of the academy, can you? So if I got it correct, can you play for the Independence itself then? The actual team?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can. Okay. Cool. What do you think about the academy part?
Yeah, I feel like we're basically just treated like a player. The only thing we can't do is get paid. Like everything's the same. We practice with them. We can make the roster. We can get minutes. We could even like start. Because I know if you know Jefferson Amaya, he started,
Right.
which was really cool to see. So yeah, for like him to like now it's us that we're signed and to be able to do that, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Talk about your teammates a little bit. How do like you hit on it briefly? How do they view you guys? Do they view you as teammates? Are you the youngsters or?
Obviously, they do view us as teammates. We might get a little, we might might get a little scrutiny like here and there from them, but it's just the young guy on the team. You know, obviously you might get called rookie here and there, but as far as like when you're on the field playing in the moment, yeah, you're just like any other teammate. As far as how they treat you, how they talk to you, it's no different. But in the locker room, it might be a little hard here and there, but that's about it.
So do you have to like pick up towels and stuff, or like carry their equipment or anything?
Nah, they might crack a joke here and there. Like they might cause rookie here and there or something like that. That's about it.
Got it. Cool. Let's talk about the Independence a little bit. One game in, correct? Am I correct? One game?
2 games.
2 games in. So how good can this team be this year?
I feel like we can be really because we just beat the I think Tormenta won the league last year and we just beat them 3-1. And then Richmond, we tied them, and I feel like we could have won that game. We just didn't like score. But those are the 2 top teams last year because Tormenta won the whole thing, and then I think Richmond won the league, and we tied and beat them. So I feel like we could be top teams.
Yeah, for me, I think the names and players we have on the roster is not your typical League One roster. I think we have guys who have played for top clubs in Europe. We have guys who were in the championship last year. We even had MLS loanies last year from Charlotte FC. So, like, just like to be at that level, I really think this squad itself can really genuinely win a championship. As like when I look at other teams in the League One, I don't think they can not necessarily touch us, but they're not necessarily equivalent in a sense.
So you play Memorial Stadium,
Yeah.
and for people who've been around Charlotte, that's kind of a historical place. Just a very cool stadium. They've done a lot of work with it. You know, Charlotte FC, they play at Bank of America. How cool is it to play at something like Memorial Stadium?
For me, it's really cool. It's really nice. Always looking, seeing the fans, you know, seeing my dad in the crowd, things like that. It's very nice. It's what you dreamed of as a kid, you know, and to really live it now, it's quite a nice experience.
Yeah, also because I was rostered for the game against Richmond. I was at American League. And yeah, all my family came, and then after the game, I was actually at home practicing autographs. After the game, I actually got to sign some autographs, which was really cool. And to see all my family supporting me in my first like pro game, it was awesome.
So let me ask you this: in terms of where you guys are at, you know, high school kids being able to have an experience like this, and you said even being rostered to play with the Independents. How do you keep yourself level-headed? Does that make sense? A lot of times, kids in your spot might get like, "Look at me, I'm a stud." You know what I'm trying to, in terms of it kind of blows your head up a little bit in terms of, "Look at me." How do you kind of keep level-headed?
Yeah, no, for me, I always stay humble as far as like you like are given an opportunity like this. You don't think you're better than other people, things like that, and also like just in training, you know, like realizing like there are people better than you. There's still a lot of work to be done. So that's, I would say, how I stay level-headed, knowing there's people better than me, people in training, like always outworking or things like that. So I just keep my head focused and just try to keep up with them. So yeah.
Yeah, I would say the thing, 'cause that was a big thing for my dad, just like staying humble. So yeah, like because we're still just young, like we still have a lot to learn, and yeah, we still have another team too. So we go practice with them, help them with everything they need when we need to. But yeah, just staying humble is a big thing.
So you mentioned not getting paid, and that enables you to like think about the college route. So college plans?
Oh yeah, still trying to decide if I want to go to college or pursue a professional route. It's something I'm still deciding on. So
Right.
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, and I'm committed to play for William Mary in Virginia.
Oh yeah, I know William and Mary. I grew up in Richmond,
Yeah,
so I know William and Mary. Well, congrats, man. That's a fantastic school.
yeah.
It's a fantastic school. So let me ask you this: the Charlotte FC, we know we have them here, and you guys play for the Independents. People go to see the FC, and I get that stuff, and people come to see you guys. For those people who maybe haven't seen an Independence game, What are soccer fans missing out on? Is there can you kind of give me the difference of what you maybe think the difference is between you guys and the FC? Because to me, when I think about it, in Memorial Stadium and the closeness of the fans and stuff, it's more of a family type deal, if that makes sense. So, what do you think maybe the biggest difference is, and is that good for you guys? You know, getting that?
Yeah. Well, I think the only difference between Charlotte FC and Charlotte Independence is obviously Charlotte FC's in the MLS, so their budget is much higher, things like that. Their fan base is obviously going to be bigger, things like that. But as far as Independence and how is it different from Charlotte FC, as far as like soccer wise, I don't think it's that much difference. As far as I feel like our quality and level is close to Charlotte FC. But obviously, they're in the MLS, they're going to have a bigger fan base, so that's how I see it.
I would feel like I feel like because like the stadium's smaller, like you're much closer to the players. I feel like they can have a better connection if they came to like our games. But as in Charlotte FC, because it's such a big stadium, you know, there's so many people there. But like you can literally go front row and like watch, and after the game, meet all the players, walk around, you could meet them, autographs, all that. So I feel like if you came to that, you get like a better connection. Feel like you're a part of it more.
So obviously, being youngsters still, and you guys mentioned a little bit, what has family meant to you guys in terms of this journey? Obviously, there's got to be a lot of support to get you to this point. What's family been like for you?
Family's been a big thing. Again, like to get to this point, like I had to, you know, perform on the academy, and like for example, my dad, he would always be the one driving me to my academy games, traveling with me, feeding me, things like that. So family has also played a huge role in this journey. Without family, I wouldn't be where I am today. So.
Yeah, and you made the jump. They said, you know, going from another country stuff. What's family been for you?
Yeah, so my mom's been a big part of like the waking me up, nutrition side, all that. And my dad's pushed me like since I was a little kid. Like when I used to run and stuff, like he would always he's been like always pushing me since I was a kid. But yeah, man, I wouldn't be where I am today without my mom and my dad.
So, what has it been like for your high school friends in terms of maybe showing up at games or just supporting you? What's that been like in terms of your high school buddies?
Oh, it's been good. You know, my high school guys, you know, they always clown me. They always say, "Oh, he's a pro," things like that. But no, it's good, man. It's good. You know, they're genuinely happy for me. They're supporting their childhood friends. You know, I grew up with these guys, so I always want to see my friends win. So, you know, from like looking at their point of view when they see their friend doing well, you know, they genuinely get happy. So.
Yeah, all my high school guys, I've been playing soccer with them since I was a little kid. And then yeah, I went to Charlotte Independence, and they went to like other teams, and then they're like not playing anymore. But I got to play with them like for like the last time in high school, which was a great experience. But yeah, my high school friends.
Been good. Cool. Awesome. So let me ask you this question in terms of the head coach. What has he meant to you guys in terms of your journey, where you're at, where you could possibly go, the support he's given you?
Coach Mike, he's a really intelligent coach. For me personally, being like a box striker, he's really worked with me on my movement, small things on how to sharpen your runs, pull back your runs. I kind of get like a good sense of where to get goals. And Coach Mike has really worked with me on that. Even Coach Brad, Coach Dave, all the coaches, you know, just trying to keep me sharp, mentally sharper too, and trying to learn from the vets. Like we signed Dame, leading goal scorer in the championship. Just trying to like watch his movement, things he does, trying to like pick it up, you know, so it can help me too.
Yeah, Coach Mike and Coach Dave and all of them have really pushed me. Like the training sessions, the environment have made me a better player. Like all the standards and stuff. Like when I first came, it was a little shaky, but yeah, I've gotten better and better every day. But yeah, the training sessions and the environment have made me a better player. They've made me a better player.
Cool. So let me ask you this in terms of being in high school, being a part of the academy, being a part of the independence. What are days like for you? How does school work?
So,
how does it? Yeah, just explain to me how a day works.
So basically, I'll usually wake up, I'll eat breakfast, and then I'll head over to the facility, train from maybe 10:30 to like 12. I'll shower, and then I have a fourth block. So I'll show up to my fourth block. It's a weightlifting class. So I'll typically do whatever the lift is. If I'm like sore from training, I'll usually stretch. And then once I'm done with that fourth block class, I'll head home, and I have one class online, entrepreneurship. So I'll just stay on top of my assignments, make sure I submit everything. And after that, I'll either eat lunch, chill, relax, kick back for a little bit. So yeah.
So you got ahead of the ball game then when it came to your studies and stuff.
Yeah.
Did you have that game plan like you said? So you've got a fourth block in, So did you just have kind of all the core stuff knocked out then?
Yeah. So basically, I could have graduated last semester.
Got
So I only need 2 classes. So I have enough credits. So I'm just doing this so I can graduate in June. So yeah, I worked with my counselor on that, and we found the right schedule.
Was that part of the game plan as you went through this journey?
Well, I wouldn't say it's necessarily part of the game plan, but when I was presented the opportunity, I kind of had to resolve to something. So I went to my counselor, explained to her my situation, and she's like, "Okay, look, you can do online. If you want to come in person, you can come to 4 o'clock."
Right.
So, yeah.
Got it. Yourself? What's a typical day?
I'm basically the same as me. So like I'll wake up, eat breakfast, then get ready to leave, and I go to training. And then after training, I have 4th period weight training also. But when we go over film and stuff, sometimes I'll be a little tardy because I have like an hour drive home.
Right.
But yeah, so I'm basically the same. Yeah, I got with my counselors because Dave last year told me that like I represented this opportunity, so I got with my counselors, and I already had all my credits to graduate. So I just had I take a 4th period weight training to actually graduate into B1 class.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome. So training, where do you guys work out? Where's training at?
Training's at Bahakel Sports or Memorial Stadium.
Okay.
So yeah, usually the day before a game, we'll train at Memorial Stadium so we can get a feel for the field again. Bahakel Sportsplex, we train on the grass fields there. So yeah, good field.
Do you use the big field or do you use any of the ones that are open?
We just use the grass fields typically.
Got it.
In the front. So yeah.
Awesome. Cool. So final question for you probably. We've talked about teammates, we've talked about family, we've talked about a coach. The fans.
Yeah.
What do the fans mean to you?
Fans, they mean everything. Just seeing the fans cheer you, support, smile, clap you on, cheer you on. It really does mean a lot. That kind of even motivates you to work harder to succeed for them, and fans are everything.
Yeah, it's a lot different from all the parents being on the sidelines. You go, and it's all fans, a lot of fans there cheering you on. Definitely different, but I feel like, I enjoy playing in front of the fans. I feel like it makes me a better player. The environment, if they're hyping us up, I feel like it makes me play better. So yeah.
Cool. Well, Amin, Aiden, thanks for your time, guys. Appreciate it. Best of luck this season and in the future. And you guys, thanks for joining us today, watching this, the 704 High School Highlight Podcast. Make sure you check us out anywhere you can download or listen to your podcast. Make sure you follow us, comment, whatever. And also make sure you check out the Charlotte Independence, their website, and make sure you get to a game at Memorial Stadium.